Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. Today I'm going to be showing the second part of my 1985 Topps Baseball starter set. As usual, I'll show the fronts and the backs of the first few cards, then I'll just show the front so the video isn't too terribly long. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with a Tom Verzer. Next we have Bobby Ramos. Sid Monge. Great TTM signer, Vance Law. Same with his dad, Vern. This one's really miscut. You can see part of the next card. Doesn't look horrible on the front. Next we have Ron Darling. Wayne Gross. Ken Landreau. Dave Rucker. Vern Rule. Rick Cerrone. Thad Bosley. Jim Morrison. Love these old Pirates uniforms. Gene Richards. Dan Petrie. Willie Mays Aikens. Al Jones. Junior Ortiz. Fernando Valenzuela. Definitely a big fan of this guy. Tony Phillips. Tippy Martinez. Longtime Ranger Jim Sundberg. Glenn Wilson. Bob Nepper. Gary Lavelle. Dave Collins. Ed Lynch. Sammy Stewart. Pete Ladd. Tim Wallach. Andre Thornton. Kurt Bavacqua. Mike Madden. Dale Murray. Young, Frank Williams, another great TTM signer, Joel Skinner, Dave Johnson, another one of the bigger rookie cards in the set, Oral Hershiser, Bulldog, had an absolutely magical 1988. Next we have Rich Dower, Donnie Scott, Ed Romero, Danny Cox, Jim Beattie, Franklin Stubbs, John Shelby, Jerry Martin, Rob Wilfong, Dave Palmer, Bill Kruger, another great TTM signer, Dave Dravecki, another great TTM signer, Frank DePino, Tony Bernazard, Brian Dayette, Pat Putnam, and another one of the bigger cards in the set, Kirby Puckett rookie, Don Robinson, Keith Moreland, Aurelio Lopez, Claudell Washington, Mark Davis, Brent Gaff, the great Pete Rose, Larry Parrish, Mike Scioscia, Scott McGregor. I was a big fan of this guy. Andy Van Slyke, Doug Flynn, Len Barker, Carmelo Martinez, Houston Jimenez, Dick Ruthven, Kirk Gibson, really good player. Ed Vandenberg, one of the best TTM signers out there, Charlie Huff, Tom Paciorek, Jay Tibbs, Joe Altobelli, Chris Spire, Terry Francona, Ron Romanek, I was a big fan of this guy, Dwight Evans. He had a really cool batting stance. Ken Phelps, Bobby Brown, Butch Weiniger, Bob Dernier, Ray Knight, Jeff Robinson, Kurt Wilkerson, Jose Oquendo, Jeff Dedman, another great TTM signer, Rick Manning, Daryl Sconiers, Rich Gale, Billy Allman, this one will need to be replaced, Craig Lefferts, he's got a spider crease right here in that corner, Ozzie Virgil, Mike Armstrong, Terry Poole, Al Williams. It's kind of looking like, why are you taking my picture now? Scott Sanderson, Jeffrey Leonard, Luis Leal, Greg Walker, Benny Ayala. Here's another card that was pretty big at one point in time, right when I first got into the hobby. Mark Langston rookie. Herman Rivera. I was a huge fan of this guy. Eric Davis rookie card. He was so fun to watch. Had the speed and the power. I left his batting stance. He would sit there and kind of slowly swirl the bat in a circle, almost standing upright, and then high leg kick and just launch the ball. Definitely fun to watch. All right, let me go ahead and clear this stack off, and I'll move on to the second. Just give me 1 second. Next, we have Renee Latchman. Next, we have Dick Schofield. Bob Forsch. Bruce Bhakti. Glenn Hoffman. Bill Dolly. Mike Pagliarulo. Ed Hodge. Steve Henderson. Rod Scurry. Johnny Grubb. Mark Huisman. Rafael Ramirez. Sid Fernandez. Greg Lazinski. Jeff Russell. Joe Nolan. Dave Anderson. Joaquin Andujar. Chuck Cottier. Jim Slayton. Mike Stenhouse. Another great TTM signer, Steve Crawford. Mike Heath. Luis Aguayo. Steve Farr. Mike Lacoste. Dave Engel. Another great TTM signer, Dane Orge. Juan Berenguer. Atlee Hammaker. Albert Hall. That one, yeah, that one will need to be replaced. There's almost like a wrinkle there. That's pretty bad. Wally Backman. Kearney, Jerry Royce, Ben Oglivie, Bill Doran, Mike Easler, Bill Gullickson, Luis De Leon, Tim Stoddard, Joe Carter, fantastic player, Rick Rhoden, Onyx Concepcion, next we have some all-star cards, Damaso Garcia. I think I'm missing quite a few of these. Some of the bigger names. Tony Armas, Lance Parrish, Mike Boddicker, Frank Viola, Ryan Sandberg, fantastic TTM signer, $10 per, even as rookie. Do it for Dale Murphy. Put this man in the Hall of Fame. Jeffrey Leonard, Bob Nepper. And that looks like it's the last of the All-Star cards, so definitely missing a few of those. Next we have Dave Stewart on the Rangers. Love this. Too bad he put it all together after he had left the team. Next we have Oscar Gamble. Al Bumbry. Bob Baylor. Gary Templeton. Jerry Mumphrey. Omar Moreno. Ernie Camacho. John Butcher. Looks like he's signing an autograph. That's cool. Buddy Bell. Alex Trevino. Kelvin Chapman. Bob Ochinko. Greg Brock. Larry Milbourne. Rob Piccolo. Not sure how you say that. Probably mispronounced that one. Ray Burris. Jim Fanning. The legendary Nolan Ryan. Jamie Easterly, Willie Randolph, Ron Say, Joe Cowley, Johnny LeMaster, Mookie Wilson. He was fun to watch. Jerry Royster, Ned Yost. Just a few more to go. Mike Flanagan, Jim Gantner, Mike Jorgensen, and this one's being stubborn. Here we go. Enos Cabell, Jim Wolford, Steve Comer, and a great TTM signer, Ron Guidry. So that's all I have for the 1985 Topps Baseball Starter Set. Let me go ahead and put this stack off to the side, and I'll show my checklist once again, just in case you didn't see it on the first video. Definitely missing quite a few of these. I estimate it's probably about 200 cards or more. So it's definitely a pretty long list, but I haven't exactly counted them. So anyway, here it is. Pretty long list. But this is definitely a great start. So now I do have some of these with the check mark above the number. That means I actually have it, but I'd like to replace it because I don't really like the condition it's in. So there's a few of those on here. There's still quite a ways to go. And I have to be careful when building this set because, I mean, essentially I could buy this set for, I'd say 40 or 50 bucks, if I can find a good deal. Shipping, it might be a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I got to take into consideration what I paid for this starter set, and then, building out the rest, I can't spend too much. I mean, because the whole idea of starting with a starter set is because I'd like to be able to build it for cheaper than it would be to, buy the set outright. So I definitely have to be careful, as I buy these singles to kind of complete the set that, I don't go over, what the set generally goes for. So, and I also have to take into consideration what I paid for, the McGuire rookie and the Puckett rookie and, some of the other cards that I bought as singles. So, I don't have a whole lot of wiggle room when I actually break it down like that. So definitely have to be careful while building out the rest of this set. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.